Valen Ketley, she's still at the Air Force base in Centurion. Vay, what is the latest happening? I believe that the race is over. Which one won?
That they... All right, well, there you go. You've got these visuals on your screen at the moment, and that's basically showing you the Rooivalk versus the Gautrain. These are pre-recorded images, and we're still trying to find out officially who won, but apparently when we had a brief little conversation with Valen, she seemed to think it was a tie. But what we're seeing now...
How that happened.
I don't know. It looks like the Rooivalk is taking it on, but apparently the speed of the Rooivalk really goes quite incredibly fast when it builds up for a little bit longer. So this was obviously towards the beginning of that race. So I'm not too sure who the winner is. Valen thought it was a tie, but I don't know. Some viewers out there saying there is no way that the Gautrain can beat the Rooivalk. But let me tell you, I remember last year, and I remember it exceptionally well, is the fact that we won. I was in that train, I remember very well, and we did win that one. So this year the competition is really tight. So I'm not too sure who would have taken that one. It's good fun though. It really is good fun, and it's all basically to just raise awareness for the air show that's going to be taking place this weekend. And I hope that we get to speak to Valen, who's out there and about.
It looks like she's ready. Let's see if she's ready. Vay, hi, can you hear us?
I can, and I'm hearing that conversation. Leanne, yeah. I want to go back and get those visuals from last year, because I actually think it was the LO2 that won last year. This year, however, it was far, far closer, and it definitely looked like a draw. But to actually tell us who was the winner of that chopper versus train, I've got the Brigadier General. He's going to give us the final word, because he, of course, was the pilot of the LO2, Brigadier General Peter Berger. But we'll chat to him in just a short while, because Leanne, you are absolutely correct. This chopper versus train race is really to raise awareness for the South African Air Force Museum Air Show, which takes place every single year. So to chat to us about that, Colonel Lieutenant Tsolofelo Tseke, a very good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live. The air show, I mean, this is a real exciting way to kickstart proceedings that we can expect on Saturday.
Indeed it is. Thank you so much. First and foremost, I'd really like to thank you, the SABC, for your continued support. And I'd really like to applaud the South African public and obviously our South African Air Force members for the continual thriving in showing our excellence. I'd like to applaud our general, in as much as I'm not throwing away any secrets, but in that we actually thrive in saying those two were basically forms of what we call power in technology. Technology, as in the world, is evolving, so is technology. And whatever changes that come can only build our future in coming decades. And therefore, we use this platform as a South African Air Force to not only portray our pride in our heritage, but also in that we're inviting all aviation enthusiasts to come and join us on Saturday, the 6th, where we will be here at the Air Force Museum at Swartkoff Air Force Base, where the crowd is to experience many other avenues of air power capabilities. We use this platform each and every year on an annual basis to invite the public to show how open we are in ensuring our input towards the betterment of the South African public.
Give us a little bit more background on the South African Air Force Museum. The main base is here at Air Force Base Zwartkoop, and you guys have over 20 aircraft which are still operational, and then you've got some static aircraft too. So this is a real treat to actually come and see, be a part of. And then you've got the annual air show taking place on Saturday, which is kind of a big event, a highlight for the museum.
For sure. As I said, in our many diverse cultures, as members of the South African Air Force, first and foremost, we take pride in that. And we build towards a future in saying what the museum basically is example of, pioneering our future. As I said, those were two forms of pioneering forms of transport that we just experienced today. And what a thrill for us to have envisioned it live, for having you on our base, seeing it for yourself. They say seeing is believing. And for that purpose, and merely for that purpose, we utilize such platforms to not only see, but perhaps touch and get the thrill and the feel from what it means to be part of aviation, what it means to be proudly South African, what it means to be serving as a proudly South African Air Force member.
What does the annual air show mean for the Air Force?
Basically, it means our contribution towards the South African public, our dedication in taking pride in what we exist, or our existence, the relevance of our existence, that we thrive in empowering the youth. We thrive in ensuring that the principles that of the Air Force are purely backed up by us, the members of the Air Force, in obviously leadership of our Chief of the Air Force. As he would say, he inspires that we thrive in our confidence. He thrives to inspire every one of us in our confidence to ensuring the betterment of a better air-capable South Africa, air-capable Air Force. And in that, we intend in demonstrating the air power capabilities that of our Air Force.
These two aircraft, these two choppers, the LO2 and the LO3 that were up in the sky this morning to actually capture the visuals between for the race between the chopper and the train, they're going to be a part of the air show. What else can people expect when they come to the air show on Saturday?
What I can plead to the public is that those that can make it should make it, because there's so much thrill, there's so much to experience. We've got a mixture of both the old and the new. And thirdly, we've got the South African civilian side, the industry. We've got surprises from their side. We've got our old, the Alouettes. We've got the Pumas. And we've got a little bit, just not to mention a lot, but and not to spoil the thrill of being here, and not to necessarily throw the whole program, of course. And to also ensure that we do get that buy-in from the South African public. We've got our civilian side, we've got our plenty surprises from their side, we've got their Harvards which are going to be taking place, and we've got obviously our fighters, which are basically the Hawk and the Gripen. But as I said, I need not say anymore, because you ought to come and see for yourselves.
I think some of the guys actually thought that the yellow was the Roy Falk. Are we going to see the Roy Falk, or will people be able to see the Roy Falk on Saturday?
Perhaps I shouldn't say any further, but I pledge with obviously the members that are going to be participating, and vow that it's an experience of a lifetime. We are in partnership, and we are basically not going to be doing this solo, as I said. It's going to be us, and it's going to be obviously with the support of members from Denel and SAB and the civilian side of aircrafts.
How much is entrance? And if people want to come and actually attend the air show on Saturday, how do they do that?
The entrance is 80 rands for adults, and the tickets are available at CompuTicket. For children under 16, obviously guided and accompanied by a responsible adult, the entrance is free day off. So 16 and adults will be paying $80 to get in, and the rest will basically be for free. So please, my people, Bagageso, come through, come experience it with us, and let us pioneer on to the future together.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much. That is Lieutenant Colonel Tulefelo Tseke from the South African Air Force, encouraging the public to come and actually take part and come and see what the South African Air Force Museum Air Show is all about. We've had a very good example this morning of what the Allo 2 can do against the new technology of the Gautrain. The operating speed, top speed of the Gautrain, 160 kilometers per hour, and the top speed of the Allo 2 is 170 kilometers per hour. So it was a very, very fair race. And according to Brigadier General Berger, who is the pilot of the Allo 2, he says it was a draw. Leanne, it's back to you.